governments shape our societies and influence how we live, work, and interact. Let's explore the different forms of government, understanding their principles, structures, and impacts on society. Democracy is a system of government where power is vested in the hands of the people. Citizens participate directly or indirectly through elected representatives. Ancient Athens is a notable example, while modern democracies like the United States and India operate on principles of free elections, human rights, and the rule of law. In a democracy, citizens vote for leaders who are accountable to them, promoting political participation and individual freedoms. Think of a town meeting where everyone has a voice, or a country where people elect representatives to make decisions on their behalf. Democracies also rely on checks and balances to prevent any one branch of government from gaining too much power, with the press playing a crucial role in holding leaders accountable. Monarchy is a form of government where a single person, usually a king or queen, rules. Monarchies can be absolute with near complete power or constitutional with powers limited by laws. The British monarchy is largely ceremonial, while Saudi Arabia is an absolute monarchy. Monarchies often rely on hereditary succession, passing the throne through family lines, providing stability and continuity. Picture a small kingdom where the king makes all decisions, or a modern state where the royal family symbolizes tradition while elected officials govern. Monarchies can unify a nation culturally and historically, even if they limit democratic participation. Dictatorship is a government system where a single leader or small group holds absolute power, often maintained through force. Historical examples include Hitler's Germany and Stalin's Soviet Union. In a dictatorship, citizens have little say in government decisions, and dissent is punished harshly. This concentration of power can lead to human rights abuses and restricted freedoms. Imagine a country where the leader decides everything, opposition is banned, and critics are imprisoned. Dictators use propaganda and control the economy to maintain power, often creating a personality cult around the leader. Oligarchy is a form of government where power rests with a small, elite group distinguished by wealth, education, or other factors. Ancient Sparta was ruled by elite warriors, while modern examples can include corporate-controlled states. In an oligarchy, the general populace has limited influence, and policies often benefit the ruling class. Think of a country where only the wealthiest families influence government policies, ensuring their interests are prioritized. Oligarchies can lead to significant social inequality, as power is concentrated among a few, with variations like plutocracies ruled by the wealthy and technocracies ruled by experts. Theocracy is a government where religious leaders control the state, using religious law as the legal framework. Iran, where the supreme leader holds significant power, is an example. In a theocracy, government decisions are based on religious doctrines, and religious authorities have substantial influence. This can unify a population under a shared faith, but limit religious freedom and exclude non-believers. Imagine a nation where laws are based on holy scriptures, and religious leaders make key decisions. Theocracies often claim divine sanction, making opposition difficult, and mandatory religious education and observance in a common. Republic is a government where the country is a public matter, with officials elected by citizens. Unlike direct democracies, republics emphasize representative democracy. The United States is a notable example, with a system of checks and balances to prevent any one branch from gaining too much power. In a republic, the rule of law prevails, and leaders are accountable to the electorate, ensuring stability and protection of rights. Citizens vote for representatives who make laws on their behalf, promoting a structured government system. Republics vary widely, from federal to unitary systems, often outlined in a constitution specifying government responsibilities. Communism is an ideology aiming for a classless society with communal ownership of production. The Soviet Union and modern-day China are examples, though China's system now includes capitalist elements. In a communist state, the government controls the economy to achieve equality, often resulting in authoritarian rule and economic inefficiencies. Picture a society where the government owns all businesses and distributes resources equally, but individual freedoms are restricted. Communism seeks to abolish private property and create economic equality, but often leads to centralized control and lack of personal incentives. Federalism divides power between a central authority and regional governments, like states or provinces. The United States, Germany, and Canada are examples. Federalism balances power, promotes regional autonomy, and allows for diverse policies suited to local needs, but can lead to jurisdictional conflicts. Think of a country where states have their own laws, but the national government oversees broader concerns like defense. Federal systems can prevent power concentration and enhance democratic participation by bringing government closer to the people. Anarchy is the absence of formal government, where society operates without a governing authority. Anarchists believe in self-governed societies based on voluntary institutions. While no country practices anarchy on a large scale, some movements and communities have tried. Anarchy emphasizes freedom and individual autonomy, but critics argue it can lead to chaos. Imagine a community where people self-organize without central authority, relying on mutual cooperation. Anarchist societies often use direct democracy and consensus decision-making, promoting freedom but facing challenges in maintaining order. Totalitarianism is an extreme form of authoritarianism with total state control over public and private life. North Korea is an example. Totalitarian regimes suppress opposition, control the media, and use propaganda to maintain power. Citizens face severe restrictions on freedoms, with the government dictating many aspects of life. Picture a country where the government monitors everything, from media consumption to personal beliefs. Totalitarian leaders create personality cults and use surveillance and secret police to enforce control, achieving a strict order at the cost of freedoms. Socialism is a system where production, distribution, and exchange are owned or regulated by the community. Unlike communism, socialism allows private property but ensures major industries are collectively managed. Countries like Sweden incorporate socialist principles, providing extensive welfare programs. Socialism aims to reduce inequality and provide a safety net, but can lead to high taxes and reduced innovation incentives. Imagine a society where the government regulates the economy and redistributes wealth, ensuring social justice, but potentially limiting economic freedom. Authoritarianism features strong central power and limited political freedoms, focusing on maintaining power and suppressing opposition. China and Russia are examples, with restricted political freedoms, but some economic freedom. In authoritarian regimes, the ruling party or leader controls the media and uses security forces to maintain control. Imagine a country where political dissent is harshly punished and media is tightly controlled. Authoritarianism provides stability and efficient decision-making, but limits individual liberties and democratic processes, often using nationalism to legitimize rule. Libertarianism advocates minimal state intervention, emphasizing personal freedom, voluntary association, and free markets. Libertarians believe individuals should live freely, without state interference, with the government protecting rights and maintaining order. In a libertarian society, most services are privately owned, emphasizing personal responsibility. Libertarianism promotes economic freedom and innovation, but can lead to social inequality and limited access to essential services. Imagine a society with minimal government regulations, low taxes, and individual freedom, relying on free markets for prosperity. Each form of government has its principles, structures, and impacts on society. Understanding these different systems helps us appreciate the complexities of governance and the diverse ways humans organize their societies. By examining the strengths and weaknesses of each, we can better understand the implications for citizens' lives and the functioning of states around the world.